Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Kickstarter Real Estate Investing. In this week's episode, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the inspection process. So let's assume you made an offer like we discussed last week. You made an offer, your offer got accepted. Now what? What is the next thing you need to do here? And the very first thing you need to do is order a home inspection. So what is a home inspection? So home inspection process is where you basically reach out to a qualified inspector who knows how to do general home inspection. So these are the folks who come in and they go through every room, they go through every part of the house, they go and check even the appliances, and they'll go and look at the roof to make sure everything is fine. So those becomes your first people you have to reach out to, and obviously you have to make sure that you have put enough time in your due diligence process so that you are not waiting on a home inspection and your due diligence process time runs out. So work with your real estate investor and make sure that you are given enough time, because many times in very busy seasons, the home inspectors are usually booked up. They're booked up for at least 1 or 2 weeks out, right? So you have to make sure that you are able to give enough time in your due diligence process to order a home inspection. So let's say you go and you order a home inspection. What do you expect them to do? So they will come in, they will go through the house, like I said, and they will test out every switch. They'll check out the floor. They'll also make sure that there's the chimney is working. There is no water condensation coming in. They will look for mold. They will also go and look if there is any termites or things like that. They will go and also look at a little bit of the structural aspects of it. And think of it this way, they're going to look at everything, and they're more of a generalist. So they're going to do like a general home inspection, and they are not the specialist. So what does that mean? Let's say they're going and inspecting and they feel like there is a little mold, right? But they're not a specialist for mold. So what they will do is when they write up the report, they will say there seems to be some type of growth which looks like a mold. But you cannot take their word for it saying it's a mold, because what they would recommend is like to do a more special inspection. And the special inspections are those who come in and specialize in certain aspect of inspection. So mold is one of those, termite is another, and structural is a third one. So at least those 3 types of different specialized inspectors become your next level of inspection which you need to do if the general inspection finds any problems with it. For example, they might even go and say, you know what, the roof looks a little old. You might want to go and check out to see what the life of the roof and what it will take to replace that. In that case, you need to follow up with some roof specialist who will come in, inspect the roof, and they might even give you a quote for it saying, hey, this is what it will cost. Now, why do we do all this, right? So the end goal is that when you're buying a real estate investment property, or even a house for that matter, you want to make sure that it is in a good shape. The structural things are in good place, the foundation is in a good place, the roof is in a good place, the HVAC systems are working fine, and there are no problems of leakage or water coming into the house, right? You want to make sure that the property you're buying is going to be something which is in a good condition. And one other aspect of this is like, if you do not find it in a good condition, is this thing which can be fixed? Are you comfortable with an issue which is found and it gets fixed? Because many times the sellers will come in and say, yeah, you found this problem, I'm going to fix it. Or sometimes they might say, here, I'm giving you a little bit of an allowance for that. Why don't you go and fix it? So you just have to prepare yourself in that sense, saying that, hey, once the inspection is done, what are the next steps for me? Okay. So inspection is a good way for you to know what is happening inside the house, how good the house is, and you have to be prepared that there might be other inspection you might have to do along with it. Now, there are 3 things you have to keep in mind when it comes to inspection, right? So these are the 3 golden rules or things which you need to follow, or the best practices around it, right? The very first thing is order your inspection as soon as possible. The sooner you order your inspection, the sooner you know what's happening with the house, the sooner you can get things fixed, and you have to create a list of things which needs fixing there. The second important thing you have to keep in mind, always ask for references before you order an inspection. Talk to your real estate broker, talk to your other friends who have been there and who have done this kind of inspection. Try to understand what kind of inspectors are good and get good references so that you can hire the right person who can do the work for you. 3, and the most important thing, think of inspection as a way you're going to go and work with the seller in negotiating the price. Yes, it will happen that there will be things which the inspector will find which will help you negotiate the price a little bit. So always keep in mind that Inspection, which you do, serves two main purposes. One is obviously making sure the house is good. And second is, if some things are found and you can go and live with it or make some fixes yourself, you can work with the seller and negotiate the price for it. Okay. And the fourth thing, which I've not mentioned till now, but this is the most important one, is that you have to do an inspection. You cannot be in a place or a situation where you have not done an inspection. You should not waive inspection. Inspection is one of the most important things you need to do when you buy a house. So even though you're in a very hot market and there are many offers coming in for the same house, you have to inspect the house. Do not waive inspection. Okay, keep that in mind. Many people have got burnt where they waived inspection and later on found very big expenses with the house. So please make sure that you do not fall into that bucket. You do an inspection. If something is found, you can work with the seller, negotiate it, and then basically get the things which are broken to be fixed. Okay. So friends, this is what it is all about, inspection. Make sure that you're doing inspection. Make sure it's done on time, and also go and make sure that you are using that information which is come in the inspector report to help you fix things and make sure you're comfortable with the house you're buying. Okay. Hope you liked this, and if you liked it, please go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye.